sorcery. And quite powerful, too.
This summer, experience the epic tale
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
The world of Howl's Moving Castle continues to fascinate audiences because its charm goes far beyond its magical setting. It represents a timeless blend of fantasy, emotion, and imagination that keeps finding new life every time people revisit it. Even after all these years, the film remains one of the most beloved animated stories because of how it brings together mystery, romance, courage, and transformation in a way that feels universal. The castle itself has become one of the most iconic creations ever seen in animation, a towering, clanking machine that moves across vast landscapes like a living creature with secrets hidden in every corner. Whenever discussions around the film reappear, fans are reminded of how deeply the story resonates, not because of spectacle alone, but because it speaks to the human heart in quiet, poetic ways. That emotional core ensures that the movie never truly fades from the spotlight and is constantly rediscovered by younger audiences who fall in love with its world for the first time. The story follows Sophie, a quiet, hard-working girl who believes she leads an ordinary and unremarkable life. But her world takes a dramatic turn when she encounters Howl, a mysterious and powerful wizard who lives in the legendary moving castle. This single meeting pulls her into a world where magic holds both beauty and danger, and where every step forward feels like entering a new reality. Sophie's transformation into an elderly woman becomes the catalyst for her emotional journey, pushing her to confront fears she never acknowledged and to seek answers hidden in the shadows of war, curses, and forbidden magic. The film's ability to portray inner struggle through outer transformation gives her character a depth that resonates strongly with viewers who have ever felt invisible or underestimated. As Sophie enters Howl's bizarre home, the moving castle itself becomes a symbolic space that changes along with the characters. Inside its walls are rooms filled with magical artifacts, doors that open into completely different worlds, and corners that reflect Howl's own complicated heart. The castle feels chaotic at first, messy and unpredictable, yet also strangely comforting, like a home built from the pieces of a wandering soul. The shifting environment mirrors Howl's emotional state, showing how even the strongest individuals carry unseen vulnerabilities. Sophie's presence slowly brings warmth into the castle, turning the once gloomy and mysterious atmosphere into something more stable and alive. The way she cleans, organizes, and breathes new life into the space symbolizes her impact on Howl's life, showing how kindness and determination can reshape even the most troubled hearts. The growing bond between Sophie and Howl lies at the center of the story. Their relationship develops not with sudden declarations, but through quiet moments shared in the midst of chaos. Howl's struggle with his responsibilities, fears, and identity contrasts Sophie's steady resilience, and together they begin to fill the emotional gaps in each other's lives. Sophie's courage inspires Howl to confront the burdens he has long avoided, while Howl's trust allows Sophie to rediscover her own strength. Their connection becomes the anchor of the entire film, emphasizing that love can be transformative even without grand gestures. What makes their story powerful is how naturally it unfolds, offering a romantic dynamic built on mutual support, understanding, and growth rather than fantasy. The magical world surrounding them is brought to life with a mix of wonder and subtle darkness. Flying machines soar across skies heavy with tension, enchanted creatures wander abandoned towns, and powerful witches shape reality with a single whisper. The tension between magic and war adds a deeper layer to the narrative, as characters are constantly confronted with choices that test their morality. Despite these heavy themes, the film never loses its sense of innocence and hope. Instead, it uses magic to highlight the contrasts between destruction and peace, reminding audiences that even the most fantastical worlds are shaped by the same emotions and conflicts found in reality. This balance between fantasy and humanity helps the story maintain its timeless appeal. Sophie's journey becomes one of self-discovery as she learns to embrace the parts of herself she once overlooked. Her curse, instead of weakening her, gives her clarity and confidence. As she shifts between old and young forms throughout the film, audiences witness her emotional growth reflected physically. These changes symbolize her evolving belief in herself and the shedding of old insecurities. Meanwhile, Howl's own arc reveals the struggles of someone who hides his fear behind charm, power, and illusions. His battle with a consuming magic reflects the internal fights many people face when trying to protect others at the cost of their own well-being. Together, their journeys craft a story that feels deeply intimate beneath its fantastical surface. The supporting characters enrich the world with humor, warmth, and charm. Calcifer, the fire demon who powers the castle, plays a crucial role by adding energy and mystery. His connection to Howl becomes a significant key to understanding the wizard's past and motivations. Markle, the young apprentice, brings youthful enthusiasm mixed with a longing to prove himself. Even the Witch of the Waste, once seen as a villain, becomes an example of how vulnerability can hide beneath layers of power and pride. These characters contribute more than comic relief. They represent different facets of love, fear, ambition, and redemption, making the story feel full and emotionally layered. The constant movement of the castle through wide-open landscapes serves as a visual metaphor for the fluidity of life. The untouched meadows, burning battlefields, and peaceful towns illustrate the extremes of the world's beauty and its conflicts. These shifting settings mirror the inner changes happening within the characters, especially Howl and Sophie. Each environment carries meaning. The serene hills where the castle rests reflect moments of emotional peace, while the war-torn skies show the pressures and responsibilities Howl struggles against. This interplay between environment and emotion gives the film a dreamlike quality that feels both grounded and magical. As the story progresses, the themes of love, sacrifice, and identity grow stronger. Howl's fear of losing himself to darkness becomes central to his conflict, and Sophie's determination becomes the force that helps guide him back. Her unwavering belief in him, even when he doubts himself, becomes a powerful message about how love can rescue someone from their own shadows. Their relationship demonstrates that love is not about perfection, but about embracing flaws, facing fears together, and offering strength when the other person feels weak. The emotional weight of these themes elevates the film from a simple fantasy adventure to a deeply human story. The climax brings all themes together as Sophie courageously confronts the secrets of Howl's past and the binding magic that ties him to Calcifer. Her bravery becomes the key to breaking the chains that held Howl captive, and her love becomes the force that restores balance to the world around them. The film's resolution feels deeply satisfying because it brings emotional closure to every arc. The moving castle, once unstable and chaotic, becomes a symbol of unity and healing. As Sophie and Howl look toward the future, the castle transforms into a new version of itself, still magical but now grounded in the strength of their shared hope. This final transformation encapsulates the film's message that love and courage can rebuild even the most broken parts of life. What keeps the story alive in global discussions is how effortlessly it blends emotion with imagination. Every element from character development to world-building feels carefully woven together to create a narrative that resonates across cultures, ages, and generations. The film does not rely on flashy action or predictable storytelling, but instead focuses on emotional authenticity. It represents the idea that fantasy can be used to explore real struggles, such as identity, insecurity, conflict, and emotional healing. Its ability to speak to the heart while dazzling the imagination ensures that it remains a favorite for fans all over the world, inspiring countless discussions, analysis, fan art, and renewed appreciation. As new audiences continue to discover the film, its legacy only grows stronger. The story feels both timeless and relevant, offering comfort, inspiration, and wonder. It stands as a reminder that magic is not only found in spells, creatures, or enchanted castles, but in the courage to be yourself, the strength to love deeply, and the willingness to face challenges with hope. Howl's moving castle endures because it invites viewers into a world where imagination shapes reality and where emotional truths are wrapped in the beauty of storytelling. Even long after the credits roll, the film's message stays with you, echoing softly like a memory you want to revisit again and again. It becomes more than a movie, it becomes an experience, a feeling, and a story that continues to bloom with each new viewing.